Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We just concluded with SummerSlam. I had to go to bed because I get up so early for work every day, but luckily I'm off today. So I just wanted to go over every match and then talk about Brock Lesnar possibly returning to either 2K25 or if they're going to save him for 2K26. So stick around. We'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, so first, let's talk about this match card for Saturday Night 1. So, to me, overall, this was a much better show than WrestleMania. These matches all had a decisive, conclusion. There was less shenanigans than there was at WrestleMania. I feel like every single match at WrestleMania had shenanigans. And by shenanigans, I mean like interferences. There was some crap distractions or something like that, and it made a lot of the matches feel kind of hollow. For SummerSlam 2025, a lot of the matches had decisive wins, and I was shocked with the Cena and Cody match having a clear and cut victor. Like, I thought for sure something was going to happen, some interference, some weapon use, even though it was a street fight, some sort of thing to kind of sully the match. But no, it was through and through. That was probably one of Cody's and Cena's best matches. That is going to be one for the ages, and it'll probably be one that students study. Students of wrestling, ones that want to be wrestlers, will study for years to come. It was an amazing match. Too many false finishes, though. Like, taking that many finishers, whew, a little too much. All right, so let's start with the night one match card. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso defeat Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I was shocked that Roman and Jey won this match. If you're really trying to push Seth and his team, like his new faction, why are you having Roman and Jey win the match? If you really want them to be taken seriously as a threat, you gotta have them be decisive winners. You gotta have them be that big threat. Having them lose all these matches is kind of like diminishing to me to their whole brand, their whole faction. It's like, I don't know what they're trying to do. And in my opinion, like, Roman Reigns having the Ulafala makes no sense. He's not leader of any tribe. I feel like Solo should have won that match. That way the tribe thing could keep going. Unless, of course, Roman's plan is to, when he leaves, which is probably going to be after WrestleMania, that's what I think. I think after WrestleMania he's done. He's probably going to bestow it upon Jacob Fatu, Jimmy, or Jay. Probably Jay. And then they can carry that around like a title. I think WWE was scared that the Ulafala was getting too big, and they were afraid of it, like, overlapping the main championship. So they're like, let's cool off the Ulafala for a while. I mean, they should have made an Ulafala championship. That would have been freaking awesome. And then they could have had, like, some random person, LA Knight, win it, and he's in charge of the bloodline or something. But then, like I said, that might diminish the prestige of the main WWE title. I don't know what they were thinking, but I feel like Solo should have won it and kept it, especially if they're going to keep him doing the big faction gimmick. Like, it makes more sense that way. If he's going to be a big bad in the company going forward and Roman's leaving, I feel like he should have kept it with the fall. Anyway, match one. I don't like the result, but it was a good match. All right, match number 2, Charlotte Flair, and I'm not sure if these are in order or not, but I'm just going off of their website here. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defeat Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez to win the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. This is another fun match. I like the dynamic of Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Great. I like the results. The ending where you think she was going to kick her in the face, and she didn't. That was fun. But yeah, if they're going to take this team seriously, they kind of needed the belts. Otherwise, what's the point of them being in a team? So that was a good result, in my opinion. Sami Zayn defeating Karrion Kross clean again and decisive. That Kross is done. If Kross is still there, I don't know why he would stay in the company. Like, if he renewed his contract, in my opinion, he's an idiot. Like, I would literally go anywhere else, try to get over there, and then eventually work my way back to WWE. I feel like the best thing for him would be to go like AEW, maybe New Japan. TNA's in cahoots with WWE, so I wouldn't go there, but he needs to try something different. Take him and his wife, go to AEW, become a major star over there, if they book him correctly, and really try to, like, just be that guy. And then once you become that guy, kind of like Cody did, then try to come back, because he has an army of fans now. I think wherever he goes, they're gonna follow him. But this was his moment. This was the time to have him win and push him if they're ever gonna push him. And unfortunately, they went with Sammy. I like Sammy, but Sammy did not need another victory. Like, this is where the match should have had tons of shenanigans, tons of bullcrap. Scarlett should have hit him with the pipe, something to make Cross win, because he's a bad guy, right? He's a heel. This was one of the worst matches of the night, especially because of the finish. It's just like, what were they trying to do here? Anyway, next match was champion Tiffany Stratton defeats Jade Cargill. Now, I was pretty annoyed that Tiffany won the match and retained, but if you watch the match, you can tell that Jade and her promos and stuff, she's just not quite there yet to be the champion, to be that decisive big champion. I feel like if she won the title now, they'd be doing her a disservice, because the fans would turn on her. Her promos just aren't quite there yet. I mean, she's got the athletic ability. She's getting much better in the ring. I feel like WrestleMania is the time to put the belt on her. Maybe have her turn super heel, just be a complete monster, destroy everybody, kind of like Brock Lesnar, and give her a manager, give her somebody, put her in Seth's group. Literally, put her in Seth's group. I think that'd be awesome. All these big factions, and they don't put any women in it. It makes no sense. The only one they have with women in it is the Judgment Day. It's like, seriously, put Jade in Seth's group, have her be a big megaton heel, and she destroys the women's division that way. And then she can have Paul Heyman be her, basically, promo person, her hype man, if you will. I think that's what Jade needs. She needs a hype person. Heck, bring in Brandy Rhodes. She's great on the mic. Have her be your hype person. That'd be awesome. Anyway, so I'm not happy with the result, but it makes sense. All right, we better get through here, because this is just night one. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul defeat Jelly Roll and Randy Orton. I was shocked at how good Jelly Roll did. I thought for sure Jelly Roll was going to get the win, but this is what needs to happen when you have celebrities come to the company. You can't have celebrities win, because it makes the wrestlers look terrible. Like, a celebrity can just come in off the streets and beat someone who's been doing it for years. Makes no sense. Even though Randy Orton was in there with them, this was the correct way to do this match, even though a lot of people hated it as far as like who won. It makes more sense. I mean, Logan Paul has been wrestling for, 2-3 years now in the company. He's super athletically gifted. I can't stand the guy personally, but you can't deny his wrestling ability. He's amazing. So, correct win though, because like I said, you can't have the wrestlers, you can't have your roster look weak to celebrities. You're protecting the wrestlers, even though that WWE Unreal is basically undoing all of that. All right, and then on to Gunther and the World Heavyweight Champion title match versus CM Punk. First half of this is pretty good, but Punk is old. Punk is old. And I feel like this match did him a disservice, because it really showed, like, he was just gassed, man. He, like, the last 15-20 minutes, he just laid there and got his ass beat. And then he pulls out a win at the last minute. I don't know if he got concussed or what happened, but, like, that last half was bad. Like, if they show highlights of this, they should edit out that last section until he wins the match. And then having Seth come out and being fake injured was hilarious to me. I'm not a big Seth guy, but that was amazing. That was hilarious. Everybody was guessing that online. I feel like they should have waited till Raw the night after, because then, I guess he really is hurt. And then boom, Monday Night Raw, his goons come out, beat the daylight out of him, cashes in, pulls the thing off, on Monday Night Raw. But they wanted to do it on a big stage where everybody's watching. I feel like they should have waited today, because then people are like, I guess he really is hurt. I wonder when he's going to come back. And then when he's doing his celebratory thing tomorrow night, everybody comes out, beats the daylights out of him. Boom, he wins the belt. And everybody's like, what? He was faking it? I felt like, storyline-wise, that would have been better. But I get it. All right, so on to night two. Night two, to me, was just as good, if not better. This whole event was amazing to me. Like, there was a couple bad ones, like the cross match and the Jacob Fatu match. Could have been a little better, but overall, this was better than WrestleMania to me. All right, so first match of night 2 was Women's World Champion Naomi defeated Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, triple threat match. I was worried that they were going to have Naomi lose. This is perfect because it keeps that feud. Instead of Rhea chasing a championship, she's chasing a win over someone she's never beaten before. That's genius. Like, what do you give someone who's had the championship a bunch of times? You give them some other goal to accomplish, and so it's like this. She still can't do it, and I have a feeling that during next year's Rumble, Io Sky is going to eliminate Rhea. They're going to keep this going. This is going to be hilarious. This is kind of like a Brock and Goldberg thing that they've got going on, and I love it. I think it's great. And Naomi, I think she's going to retire the next couple of years because she wants to start a family. So it's great. Give her a long, nice title reign. She definitely deserves it. She's been there forever. Her new gimmick is completely, like, over for her. I mean, like, good, in a good way. You know, like, your gimmick gets over. That's what they say in wrestling. She's doing way better than she's ever done before. The glow thing was always stupid. Like, now she's being taken seriously. She's a major threat in the women's division. She's amazing. Awesome. Put her in the... Well, the bloodline's gone, but it would have been good to put her in the bloodline. And having her come out with her father was really cool. I had no idea that her dad was a guitarist. That's awesome. And then next up was the Tag Team Champions, the White Six, 1 6-pack DLC match. This match was insane. Like, I'm not really big into tag team wrestling anymore, but this was amazing. This, if you're not a fan of tag team wrestling, this probably would make you a fan of tag team wrestling. This was freaking phenomenal. Start to finish, so many spots, so many like crazy bumps through tables and ladders, and what's his name, Johnny Gargano's wife, like, I swear she either got knocked out or busted her kneecap or broke her leg or something, because that looked devastating. So hopefully she's okay, but I have a feeling a lot of those guys are either mildly injured or some of them probably got like legit broken bones after that. That was insanity. But very happy that the White Six won. If you want to keep the White Six relevant and make them a threat, you need to have them win matches like this. I feel like Uncle Howdy should be Cody's first, or, well, it depends on if they want Cody to lose the belt right away. Like, if you really want the White Six to be a dominant faction and matter in the company, you got to put belts on them. You got to put the Intercontinental belt or the U.S. title. Give Nikki Cross the U.S. Women's title. Really build up the team, and then have Uncle Howdy face Cody for the championship and win the championship. And then have them be the dominant faction, kind of like the Bloodline was, for at least a year. You don't have to make it 10 years or 5 years, however long the stupid Roman Reigns things was. Like, it went on way too long, in my opinion. 4 years. 4 years of that, and now that it's over with, everybody's like, oh, it's over with, no. But yeah, so if you want the White Six to be taken seriously, you need decisive wins like this. So, that's awesome. And then this match, they've done this match up so many times, I kind of like took a break for this match for most of it. So I didn't watch the entire thing, but I watched the highlights I did see were pretty great. So Women's Intercontinental Champion match, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. I almost always say Valkyrie. No disqualification, no countout, last chance match. This one had shenanigans in it, like an oops shenanigans where Bayley, oh, so many wrestlers. Anyway, Bayley came out and accidentally punched her in the face. So they're going to have a feud going forward. This is good for Lyra because now she can go for the main championship. She's out of the picture for the Intercontinental Championship. I have a feeling she might be the one that beats Naomi. If you think about it, like, why not? She'll be feuding with Naomi. I don't know. I just feel like good for her. You know, getting out of the mid-card title match. And then this keeps the old school Becky Lynch. They've been around for a while, so I'm calling them old school. And Bayley, they could keep feuding and then really build up that title. They need to do the same thing for the U.S. titles. Like, where was the U.S. title match on this card? And where was the... Well, no, the Intercontinental title was defended. That's right, the men's one. But where was the U.S. women's title match? Another cursed championship. Anyway, so Becky winning. Yeah, whatever. And then United States champion Solo Sikoa defeated Jacob Fatu. Steel cage match. This started off pretty good, but then, like everybody knew was going to happen, shenanigans. Hopefully this means Jacob Fatu goes to the world title scene. That would be much, much better for him. I feel like Roman Reigns, before he leaves, he should bestow the Ula Fallout either to Jacob, Jay, or Jimmy. Like, I think since Jacob is so over, and he's probably going to be there longer than the other two, because the other two are getting pretty up there in age, I feel like he's going to be there the longest, so why not give it to him? That'd be really, really cool. All right, next match was the Intercontinental Champion Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. Great freaking match. I like the Eddie tributes that they both did. This was one of the best matches I've ever seen Dom do. Like, the kid can wrestle, man. That was phenomenal. And I'm glad that he won because they keep he feels like he's a character in the company where he gets made fun of a lot and not taken seriously. This helped him become a threat. He beat AJ Styles. Like, that that's huge. AJ Styles is one of the best to ever do it. So, great match through and through. Now we're on to Cody Rhodes defeated John Cena to win the undisputed WWE Championship street fight. This match, my eyes were glued to it the entire time because I was really curious if they were going to have Cody turn heel or if they were going to have Cena faking it the whole time. No, they're both baby faces. They both did the handshake and the hug thing at the end. Cody looked like he was about to cry because, Cena helped him when he was younger, and the company rode with Cena, and he's trying to become that, not necessarily the next Cena, but have the Cena schedule, be the guy that, the company's on his back type person. That's so hard to do. So just getting that win, that was probably emotional for both of them. And it was like a super symbolic, all right, Cody, good luck. Company's in your hands now. Even though it's a totally different company. It's not the same company. But I don't know. It's just stuff like this doesn't happen very often in wrestling. It made me think of Ultimate Warrior versus Hulk Hogan. Where kind of like Hulk Hogan, they were trying to pass the torch to Ultimate Warrior. But Ultimate Warrior kept doing that, I'm not going out there unless I get more money thing, which everybody was like, once we hear about that, you're like, what? What an idiot. He could have been the next guy for probably the next decade. Nope. He wanted more money. Oh, and it took, I want to say it took all the way until, was it Bret Hart and Stone Cold to really get to that level of Hogan and the Warrior thing. But I don't know. This to me is like history. This is going to be a historical thing. In 30 years, people are going to be bringing up this match as one of their greatest matches of all time. This was an amazing match. The only complaint I have is there was just way too many false finishes. But they did so many crazy bumps. These guys aren't going to be able to walk for probably the next couple of days because of all those bumps they took. I don't know, they must have the most amazing medical care that known to man, because Cena's old and Cody's not that young. They're in a lot of pain right now. I'll be shocked if any of them show up tonight or wrestle. Definitely won't wrestle tonight. I feel like they're not going to wrestle for at least a month after that, because their body's probably hurting real bad. And that goes for almost everybody on the roster that was at SummerSlam and wrestled. So overall, I think this was much, much better than WrestleMania. I feel like the storylines are either have concluded, some of them, and they're setting it up for the next segment, which just goes all the way until, I want to say, WrestleMania, the climax at WrestleMania. And seeing Brock come back, now that we're at the Brock stage of this video, holy crap, I didn't realize the video was 20 minutes. Brock, are they going to bring him back in 2K25 as that last DLC character? So the last couple games, they've brought back, well, not brought back, but they've put a wrestler in there. The first year was Bad Bunny with a different suit and stuff. I didn't buy that because I don't give a crap about Bad Bunny. Then the next year was the awesome Bray Wyatt's last gimmick that he was going to do, or last version of his gimmick, the cool new outfit version, which is now free in 2K25, is included with the base game. I bought that because I'm that's freaking awesome, and I'm a Bray Wyatt / Fiend fan. So this year, I could see that last pack being Brock Lesnar. However, because he has a new look, the only way they'd put him in the game is if it was his old look, right? And a lot of people will complain, I don't want his new look. I don't know how quickly they can scan him in and get him in the game. I feel like they were just going to save him for next year and use that as a selling tool that gets you to buy next year's games. we got Brock Lesnar back because love or hate the guy, however you feel about the allegations and everything, he is a massive draw and a massive moneymaker for the company and for wrestling. He's a household name. He's one of the greatest in the company's history to ever do it. So him being included in the new game will get people to buy it. Like, oh, Brock's back. Sweet. I got to buy the new game, right? So I don't think they're going to add him to this year's game. Like I said, the only way I think they'd add him is if it's that $10 pack and it's an old version of him, an old scan of him from 2K25 or something. And I don't think they're going to do that because fans will complain, especially if they charge extra for it. So anyway, so I think Brock will be back next year with a bunch of wrestlers missing. They're going to need him. And I want to quickly talk about Goldberg before we end the video. I don't think Goldberg is coming this year or next year. There was a leak saying that him and Nikki Bella were going to be added into the game later, probably that last pack, or just as bonuses for the season pass. I could see Nikki getting added, but I think Goldberg burnt the bridge when he complained on that interview about his retirement match. I think WWE's done with him. Like, I don't think they're going to put him in the game. I think the only way they'd ever put him in the game again is if he passes away and the family wants to, like, honor him or make money off his name to help with financials and stuff after he's passed. Maybe then they'd put him back. But as far as I can tell, I don't think he's ever going to be in the game again, especially after going off about his final match like that. But hey, money talks, bullshit walks, as Arnold would say. Anyway, I've blabbed on long enough. How do you feel about SummerSlam? I don't typically make videos reviewing like the product. I usually just talk about the games on this channel. But I really enjoyed SummerSlam Night 1 and Night 2. There was a couple of matches, like I said, I didn't really like. But overall, to me, this was a A+. This was much better than WrestleMania, and I am now excited to continue to watch WWE in the coming months. So, sound in the comments below. Thank you for watching, if you watched this far, and stay frosty.